I am Iron Man.
Hello there.
Avengers! I don't know. I really like. I think I was more excited for this movie when I saw the trailer than I was for No Way Home. Almost more excited. I think.
So that brings up a all right, start fine. I was kind of laughing to myself when we were texting about doing this podcast because like the whole podcast, and I was like, we are such a. I think we're going to be a good like nerd dynamic for Marvel and Star Wars, right? Like we're constantly texting about these movies and all that, and I'm really jazzed about it. But I think the thing that we're not good at is, if I remember correctly, we have the same favorite Marvel superhero. Like, is your favorite superhero still Spider-Man?
Oh yeah, yep.
So,
yeah.
So the only thing we can never be biased about is
Spider-Man. Yep.
We're not biased. Although you're shocking me right out of the gate here because.
I mean, I don't get me wrong. I was pumped for Spider-Man, but then when I heard that it was Multiverse of Madness and there's gonna be a whole bunch of like cameo, like there potential cameos and stuff, I was like, because I mean, obviously spoiler alerts for the movie and any past Marvel movies if you haven't seen them, which if you live under a rock or something, but why would you be listening to this? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. People freak out over anything, but
right.
But no, I remember I forget what I was saying. Something about I don't know. But
you were talking about the trailer. You were like the trailer.
Oh yeah. That Spider-Man had Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield in it, and I was like, well, who the hell are they going to bring in for Doctor Strange? Because that would be, and they did not disappoint.
They did not disappoint. Oh, I'm blowing up. Oh come on! I haven't had no hits at all, and then we start. So, excuse me. To that, I agree. I mean, I was super excited for No Way Home because of No Way Home. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But the hype for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, I was convinced, and there was a bunch of speculation, rumors, leaks, whatever you want to call it, about the countless cameos from, let's say from just more than one. I forgot his name. From more than one Benedict Cumberbatch to fucking Deadpool showing up for the first time.
Yeah, that's what
Absolutely everything and in between was a possibility, and to that extent, I was excited for this because I thought it was going to be like a Civil War movie where it wasn't an Avengers movie by name, but it was an Avengers movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Level.
Yep.
So I was really excited for this movie, and I think this movie is really funny because, and I actually compared it to The Last Jedi, which that's a whole other can of worms. We'll eventually get into on this bike, but. What I said was that this movie is going to be like controversial because you're either going to love it or you're going to be severely disappointed.
Yeah,
I think this movie is a great movie, but the cameos are great.
Yeah,
very good cameos, but there are not nearly as many cameos as we all thought there was going to
I
be.
my biggest thing was I thought, and they did do it, but it wasn't as like spectacular as I thought it was going to be when they like traveled through like those 27 different realities. Like in the beginning of the movie, when what's her name, America Chavez, yeah, she like not tackled him, but like they went through all those different realities. It was like the paint one, I thought like there was going to be more cameos in there. Like I thought like maybe Deadpool would pop up, or like in the cartoon one, I thought it was going to maybe like Uatu would be there from What If or something like.
Right.
But they did though. I did on a breakdown video. I saw the first one they go through is the something of the Living Tribunal or something like that. The Council of the Living Tribunal. It's like this 3-headed figure in Marvel, I guess. That's like one of the.
Oh yeah.
Not a celestial, but something other. I don't know. Cosmic.
I think it's Isn't it in Loki? Isn't that what the guys the
Oh, it might have been. Yeah, those
dudes in
the
Loki?
timekeepers or whatever they were.
That's what I forget what the timekeepers are. What they were called. I honestly, when I watched that, just thought it was a Loki reference, but sorry, I thought it was just a Loki reference. But the Living Tribunal, I don't know much about. I just know they exist.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I don't know.
So,
I don't know much about that either.
that's what I don't know. I really liked. So, I mean, if we're just going in, like, I'm just gonna dive in. If that's
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
like, I going into this, I think the first trailer. No, did the first trailer have Xavier or no?
No, it was the second
That was
one.
the second one?
Yeah, because the first one was after No Way Home.
Right, and they didn't have Xavier. Right. So I saw the second trailer, and that was like I saw the first and second trailer, and I remember there was a lot of speculation it was going to be the Illuminati, and
Yep.
I loved that because that's one of my all-time favorite Avengers books I've ever read. It's a new Avengers book, and it's called Everyone Dies, and it's the darkest shit in the. It's basically.
Is that where they're first? Is that where they're first like introduced?
It's not the first time the Illuminati are introduced. They were introduced, I want to say, like 70s or something.
Oh,
like
okay,
that.
okay.
But like, it's the only time they've been used in the past like 15 years is for this series. And essentially, the Illuminati in the books are like the Avengers and all still exists, but the Illuminati are a secret subset, and they deal with the shit that they think is too extreme for the world to know about.
Yeah.
Like. And it specifically mentions by name incursions, which is when two realities are collapsing in on itself. And so when the speculation was Illuminati, I was like, hell yeah, Illuminati is so cool, that's great. And then the first or the second trailer, and then you see Xavier, I'm like, let's go.
Yeah.
He's an Illuminati member.
Definitely Illuminati, yeah.
And that's when I was speculating, like, who's gonna come back? I'm thinking like my big thing was I thought for sure Black Panther is a comic book Illuminati member. I thought Killmonger, Black Panther from what it.
Oh, that would have been perfect.
That would have been sweet. I thought so Xavier was I felt pretty obvious, especially after the trailer.
Yeah.
Who else? Oh, the big one, which I think we're gonna eventually see, and I'll get into why later. But the Tom Cruise Iron Man, that would have been amazing.
Yeah.
Like, and especially as like a darker Iron Man, I feel like Tom Cruise can be more of an asshole
Oh,
than
yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. could ever have been.
Yeah. And I feel like I wish they did it, but I'm also kind of glad they didn't do it because I feel like that would have taken away. I don't know. I feel like that would have like overshadowed the movie. Like, oh my god, they got Tom Cruise to be in a Marvel. Like, I don't know, but it would have been awesome.
So I think it's gonna happen, and I think the reason it didn't happen in this, and the reason that we didn't get as many cameos as we thought we were, is that they're saving it for. I'm gonna call it Avengers Secret Wars.
Yeah, as I say, isn't that what they're planning on doing next? Is the Secret Wars?
Yeah, Secret Wars is not confirmed in the MCU, but again,
I have a feeling that's definitely because isn't that what causes Secret Wars? Is it's like Battle World or something like that, right? And it's like with Doctor Doom and stuff like that.
Correct. So
Okay.
the incursions in New Avengers, once it basically becomes too much for the Illuminati to handle on their own, they bring everyone in on it, and they just straight up fail. And that's what, like, the entire multiverse collapses in on itself, creating Battle World, which is the Secret Wars. And essentially every universe is in the same world.
That would be awesome.
Right. So while we were sitting here, like, and I was too. I was so psyched. I'm like, oh, we're going to get Deadpool, Tom Cruise, Tobey Maguire again. I do think like all those creatures is going to happen, but I think it's going to happen in Secret Wars whenever that finally happens.
Yeah, I feel like right now they're just dipping their toes into like the multiverse crossover thing. Like they had Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, and now they had all these cameos in Doctor Strange. I feel like that was just like Kevin Feige just kind of like, yeah, have John Krasinski, have Patrick Stewart, enjoy that, and then they're just gonna blow our brains out in the next, or blow our brains in the next movie.
Yeah, dude, Feige doesn't miss.
No,
not at all. And that's it.
He's a tease, but he's a good. You know what I mean? Like he like, oh yeah, we're like they'll ask him something like I don't know, something about give us a little you'll see. Like he doesn't disappoint.
And he's so crazy smart too, because it's so funny. Like I feel bad that we haven't really talked about the movie of Doctor Strange, but at the same time, that's what this movie is, right?
Yeah.
It's the experience and the cameos and all that, and I think Krasinski, fantastic.
Oh yeah.
It was so cool. It was so I didn't expect
the
that at all.
the entrance was amazing. The whatever teleportation thing. Yeah.
Oh, it's perfect.
Yeah.
It's so perfect.
Well.
And
oh, good.
I was gonna say, and to that extent, people already pointed out it's the same thing that the
TVA.
The TVA.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Yeah. So because isn't Nathaniel Richards one of the Kangs? I think Reed Richards' son.
So it's not
or
Nathaniel.
grandson.
Nathaniel's his son. I don't know like the lineup, but basically Kang is a descendant of Reed Richards.
Okay.
Like it's just like
because I saw something that was like they think that that the TVA, like the He Who Remains, whoever ran the TVA, got the portal technology for the TVA from Nathaniel Richards via Reed Richards. So
right, that would make total sense, and it like that little bit just it's so good.
Yeah.
And
it was so fast. Like if you looked away for a second, you wouldn't even notice it. But you're like, holy shit, that's the technology, the TVA. Like it's cool. They're merging everything together now.
And even the stupidest shit, like before you see the Illuminati, when Strange is talking to 838 Christine, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I joined the Baxter Foundation or whatever," and I remember being like,
"Yep."
I
shit.
I remember Val and I were next to each other. I'm hitting her, and I'm like tapping her shoulder thing. I'm like, yo, she said the Baxter Foundation.
I did the same thing to Kayla. I was like, he said the Fantastic Four.
And she was like, what the fuck's the Baxter Foundation? I was like, oh, we're gonna see. But I was convinced we were getting what's his name from OG Fantastic.
Oh yeah, Ian something or whatever. Yeah.
Which would have been.
That would have been perfectly fine with me.
Yeah, exactly. Like those movies, like those are perfect, like 2005 movies. Right?
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah.
I'm not gonna say they're the best movies in the world, but like it's a fun.
It's a good nostalgic. Yeah.
Yeah. So like if that dude showed up for a cameo, I'd be all in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But okay, so to get to the elephant in the room with Mr. Fantastic, we talked about we texted. You know, one of the things we first texted about was, all right. I mean, is Krasinski the new Reed, right? Like, is he it? And I think first of all, they don't even know.
Yeah.
And like we said, Feige's a genius. Man, he did this to please the fans, and I 100% think he's like, well, you know, if it plays out,
it plays out. Yeah. Like, I have a feeling that might have just been fan service, and they're gonna go with someone, you know, some no name to be Reed Richards. But I could also see them keeping Krasinski because I know people want his actual real life wife to play Sue Storm, which would also be perfect.
Mm-hmm. And I immediate reaction when I saw the movie was the same thing. My immediate reaction was, you know, that was amazing fan service. He's never gonna set foot again. That's why he dies, right?
Yeah.
He just up and smoke, like done.
Just gets completely just unraveled.
Spaghetti is what everyone keeps saying. It's spaghetti. But I gotta say, I think the thing I'm starting to turn, and the reason is, did you hear about John Watts walking away from Fantastic Four?
Yeah, I did see that. Yep.
And that doesn't that sucks because John Watts did a great job, and I'm sure he would have did a great job with Fantastic Four. But I can't help but think that Kevin Feige is sitting here like his hands mashing together. He's drooling at the mouth at the idea that an MCU movie has a star director combo.
That would be. I mean, he's done it before, and it turned out great. So I could, I could the idea that he could be like, yeah, a Marvel Studios film was directed and starred by so and so. He's like, that's like he's all about making these movies more than just Marvel movies, and that one little tidbit might push me over to Krasinski zone. Yeah, that would be absolutely perfect. My one theory that I literally just thought of today, Professor X was in like that yellow hover thing and the green suit and the striped tie.
Mhm.
Now that is his get up from the cartoon, from the X-Men the animated series, and
Which
which
did you
is
ever watch that?
I watched a couple episodes. It's on Disney
Okay.
Plus, so I watched a
That's
couple.
what
Um,
I'd like to watch it, but I've never watched it. I did
it's
recognize
it's
that's what
like
it was.
corny Saturday morning
I mean,
kids
yeah,
cartoon, but it's a fun like before bed
you know what you're
with
getting
something.
into.
Oh yeah. But my theory is that is the Professor X from like the cartoon universe, like not from cartoon universe, but from that like X-Men universe, because they're or like Marvel is continuing that series on Disney Plus in
Right.
like in a year or so. So I have a feeling that maybe that was the Professor X from the X-Men animated series, but if it wasn't animated, you know what I mean, if they were actually
Yeah.
in real life, and that other cameos are going to happen in the X-Men animated series in the show that could then lead into further MCU movies, and maybe that's how they bring in the X-Men to the MCU.
That would be pretty cool. Dude, I'm at the point where I have no idea how they're gonna do X-Men in the end.
Yeah, it's
And like that was a great moment to just not explain it and just be like, yeah, Xavier's in this universe.
yep.
Um,
But and
I love-
they didn't even like tease the X-Men either. It was just Xavier. Like they didn't even talk about like mutants. I mean, he sort of talked about mutations with Wanda, but like,
right.
but other than that, it wasn't like oh well, I'm the leader of the X-Men. Blah blah blah. It was just like I'm Professor X. I'm smart as shit, and I can, do shit with my mind. Like
Yeah. He was just like, yo, look at this, and
Yeah.
boom, the whole room was freaking Endgame. No, yeah, I think it was really cool, but I just don't know how they're gonna do it, and I mean, like I said, I have no doubt they'll figure it out. I saw a meme where it was like the best way to introduce the X-Men is to have a credit scene or something where you see Deadpool at a desk and he just copy and pastes like X-Men from Files Box to Files Disney.
that would be
And I was
perfect.
just like that would be perfect.
That
Like,
yeah.
don't even explain it. Just have them there after that.
Maybe they just do it. Maybe that would be like because I know MCU is doing Deadpool 3, so maybe they could just like make that the Deadpool end credit scene or something. You know what I mean?
I am so nervous about that.
That they're gonna fuck it
I
up.
want it
Yeah.
to be so good. It's so funny because, looking back at when Deadpool came out, and I'm like, it's one of my all-time favorite movies, Deadpool 1. And, it did things that I never would have expected and they can never take that away from us. But then they offered more, and I
Yeah.
still like Deadpool 2 a lot. And it was like, I got greedy, and I wanted another one.
Yeah.
And now we're sitting here, and I'm like, give it to me.
Another Deadpool.
Yeah, and that's it. Like I know the writers are the Bob's Burgers writers, which I love Bob's Burgers.
Oh,
When it
shit.
came out
I didn't even
today,
know
haven't
that.
Seen it. Yeah. I mean I don't doubt it'll be good. I just hope it's still Deadpool. We'll see. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to go too off the rails with Deadpool. But yeah, that's definitely something I'm hopeful for.
One thing I wonder if they're gonna bring back America Chavez for anything like anything else in any other movies.
I've been thinking about this a lot because she's definitely going to be part of the new Young Avengers or whatever.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Yeah.
But like, my question to myself was, what is she? And it's I feel obvious when you look back at the end of the movie because she's training at Magic Town, whatever.
Yeah.
It's called, with Wong, right?
Yeah.
So I think they're building her up to be the next Doctor Strange, essentially.
I mean, yeah.
5 to 10 years from now, maybe. I mean, that's their whole shtick, right? Is they're immortal? Is
Yeah.
Marvel Universe is immortal? But I think that's what they're working towards. And it's so weird thinking about that though. Like, but that's what the MCU right now is in such a transition phase. Like, She-Hulk is coming out soon, and that's obviously replacing Hulk. We just got new Captain America, which I'm super pumped for because that's awesome.
I have a feeling we're gonna be losing Thor in the next Thor movie, whether he dies or whether he just gives up the title or whatever. But
I agree. I think we're gonna lose Thor, but I don't think her title is Mighty Thor. But Jane Foster.
yeah,
I don't think she's the permanent replacement. And the reason I think that is because she's like the same age. Like the whole thing with all these people is they're going younger. except
Exactly.
Captain
Yeah.
America.
Yeah.
The only one
Yeah.
that's
Is his
possibly
early
older.
40s.
Really. But that's what I would be shocked. Like like. Cards to the table. I'm very excited for Thor. Like the movie.
Oh, yeah.
in
It looks
general,
amazing,
I'm excited
yeah.
For Jane Foster Thor looks cool. She looks fucking bulked up, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
hilarious and awesome. But no, like I just don't feel like she's the replacement. I think someone else has to
Yeah.
take Thor's place, and I have no idea who.
Yeah.
But I agree. He's 1 foot out the door. for
Yeah,
sure.
I just have a feeling like the way the trailer's set up and everything, it feels like a farewell almost.
To be honest, I have been like kind of chewing on this, and you know the villain of Thor: Love and Thunder is, I think his name is Gore,
Mhm.
but like, his title is Gore
the God Butcher. Yep.
Right. I mean, who better to have Thor die again?
Yeah.
Right.
And
like,
Christian Bale looks amazing
oh my
as
God,
Gore.
so good.
And I was looking at
They look like him.
yeah, and I'm glad they kept like Christian Bale's actual accent for the movie. Like he's not doing because he's Australian, and I'm sure like since he's been in Hollywood for so long, I'm sure there's twinges of like an American accent in there. But like his accent sounds, I've never actually heard Christian Bale talk in his normal accent before.
No.
So like when I heard him talk as Gore the God Butcher, I'm like, I'm guessing that's his like actual accent because he was talking with like an Australian American twang. So
Right.
but yeah, he looks awesome as
that's gonna be so good. I'm so excited. What is that? June or no July? Right?
July, yeah.
Well, we should probably know those things, but I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know those things.
One thing that from Doctor Strange was they brought back what's his name, Black Bolt that was the guy that played him in the Inhumans show.
That was so funny because did you watch Inhumans?
I saw the trailer for it and I was like, nope, not for me.
I remember after it came out. I want to say I've always had, well, my parents have always had Comcast.
Oh, yeah.
Like you can watch on demand online.
Yeah, yep.
And I remember after Inhumans started, I went to start the first episode, and I was just like,
what the fuck is this? Yeah.
Nah. And I know the Inhumans too, like comic book wise. Like I never really read them, but I know about them because they kept popping up in things. And like it's not that they weren't accurate to the comic; it was just a bad show.
I feel like most of those ABC produced Marvel shows, other than like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I've heard it's pretty good, but like all the other ones I feel like are hit or miss.
I watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. all the way through, and I'll say I really enjoyed the first I don't remember how many seasons. Let's say there's 6. I really enjoyed the first 3, and then 4 and 5 took a dip, and then the finale was like fuck it, and it was good. I liked it. But then it was over. But yeah, it was really cool seeing whatever his name is, come back redemption wise for Black Bolt, because Black Bolt was great. All the Illuminati were great.
See, I had no idea what his deal was. I didn't know that if he talked, he can literally kill people.
Yeah.
But seeing that, what he did to 838 Strange, and then seeing what he did to himself, I was like, holy shit! That's terrifying.
Yeah, and that's what. So I guess my question to you, Brendan, being that you didn't know Black Bolt beforehand, did in those 2 scenes were you able to comprehend and you were okay with their quick explanation of his powers? Basically?
Yeah. I mean, he pretty much, if he talks, he can kill someone. If he talks, it sends out sound waves.
I really liked this movie. They didn't over-explain a lot.
No.
They really didn't waste time with stuff like that. And
I feel like if it was another director, or if it was another if it was something else, they would have done a intro for everybody,
right.
Black Bolt, and go back and he does this, blah blah blah, blah, and I'm trying to think where they did that in, the first Suicide Squad, how they went through each member and showed their. I thought they would do something like that, and I'm glad they didn't. They just kind of all right, here's the people, here's what they do, blah blah blah. Oh.
That's what they perfectly, in my opinion, they perfectly showed these characters, and they did what they needed to so you understood them. Like Black Bolt shows up and he's speaking sign language, and you're
Yeah.
like, okay, why can't he talk? And they're like, because he'll kill you, bitch. And then it's like, oh, okay.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Captain Carter shows up, and you're like, okay, no explanation. Shield, British, America, like we get it.
Yeah.
You know, Doctor or Professor Xavier shows up, and if you don't know who he is, like, I mean, where the fuck have you been for 20 years?
Yeah.
And then, okay, so I'll skip him. So I was gonna so real quick to Mr. Fantastic, and it's the same thing. It's like, oh my god, like we get a Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah,
that's great. And then Mordo was just that, like, oh yeah, there was another Doctor Strange.
Yeah. There was a first one that nobody really cared about when it first came out.
And I even loved when you first see him and he's all giddy and Strange is talking to Chavez like, this is like, oh yeah, he like hunted me in our universe. And it's like, oh, so the sequel they set up, that happened off screen. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it didn't even matter to this movie really. And what's her name? They had Captain Marvel, what's not Monica Rambeau, the other her co-pilot or whatever.
Whatever the other the mama.
The other Rambeau, yeah.
Which I love. I feel like I've been seeing it more and more of this, and I 100% agree. Way better than Brie Larson.
Oh hell yeah, yeah.
Her sass attitude was fucking. It was rock and roll.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, hell yeah. Like,
yeah, she was perfect for. I feel like they should just kick Brie Larson out. She's annoying.
But that's what, like, it's so funny how we're at this point where no one likes Brie Larson.
Yeah.
And it's like just, but you can't, like, I don't know. The next Marvels is the Marvels.
Yeah.
Right, and it's gonna tie in Miss Marvel with Captain Marvel. And while I am a big Miss Marvel fan from the comics, a very cool minority character, like high school girl, like it's a super unique character.
Yeah.
But all that being said, she's no Captain Marvel power-wise. Like,
yeah, she can just like enlarge her hands and shit, right? Yeah.
Yeah, like she's another Mr. Fantastic. Which is cool. Like, she's a great superhero.
It's a cool addition for like a younger generation of superheroes, but not to the extent of like Captain America or Captain Marvel or Hulk.
Right. Exactly. It's an interesting will they, won't they, because it's like, okay, you have this backup to transition to, but at the same time, she's not actually transition like capable. In a power vacuum, I guess is the best way to put it. I don't know. But yeah, Mama Rambeau was an amazing Captain Marvel. Although Squish, just.
Oh yeah, just.
Like, it was funny how that was the worst of the deaths. Like, okay, which death did you think was the most gruesome?
I thought Black Bolt's was really bad. His head just
imploded.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if not Black Bolt, I would go Captain Carter.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
She literally does I can do this all day, and I feel like as an audience member, you're like, oh fuck yeah, let's do this all day. Immediately cut in half, and it's just like, nope,
literally can't do this all day.
I mean, regarding the Illuminati though, I don't really know if I have much else to add to that. It was great. Like I said, I think my key thing is they were great cameos. If we never see those characters again, that's
we got them in at least one movie, yeah.
Exactly, and I can't complain at all about that. And I'm not. I think the thing I'd like to talk about next, if you're cool with it, is like the lack of cameos. We touched on, like, it was a better movie because of that. I think.
Yeah, it wasn't like, ooh, look at this, look at that. We had like one. Like that was probably like 20 minutes maybe of Illuminati, like, hey, look who this is, look at that is, oh, Captain Carter, like she was in What If, oh, John Krasinski, Reed Richards, and then it was okay, back to the storyline, back to Wanda trying to capture America Chavez,
which we'll do that next, I assume, but like, just what a great story. Like, honestly, like, I think my big thing, okay, back it up a little bit if we could. You're all caught up on Disney Plus shows, right?
Yeah.
We're all done.
Yep.
Sweared. What is your quick ranking, give or take, for Disney Plus shows?
Well, let me just make sure I have them all down right. So it was WandaVision, Loki, Falcon and Winter Soldier,
Moon Knight,
and
Hawkeye.
Oh, Hawkeye. And was that?
And then
is that it? And then
What If?
What? Oh, What If?
So
Okay.
so not including What If.
So just a live. I would say my probably Loki was my number one. That was amazing.
Agreed.
Probably WandaVision next. What was it? Hawkeye,
Hawkeye,
Moon Knight, and Falcon.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Probably third, I'd put Hawkeye, then Falcon and Winter Soldier, then Moon Knight.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I would be so I would put Loki, WandaVision. I think I'd go Moon Knight, Hawkeye, Falcon.
Oh.
And I would go back and forth though between Hawkeye and Moon Knight. Falcon and the Winter Soldiers definitely last for me. I really enjoyed it, but just compared to everything else,
yeah, it wasn't as like.
And I definitely like Moon Knight just because of its new aspect, kind of a thing.
Yeah, I think that was a plus and also a minus. I feel like because there was a lot of things. I mean, I had no clue anything about Moon Knight. Like no idea. So I mean, that's also just personal bias because I had no idea what the character was and it was completely different than I thought it was going to be. But it was still a good movie. I didn't not like it. Like I still loved the show. It's just definitely I just don't know how they're going to connect everything with like I don't know if Moon Knight's going to just be in the show or if he's going to also cross over into the movies at some point. But
so a quick tangent to that. The big theory I've seen that I really like is that they're going to build up to a kind of like Netflix did a Defenders, like a adult rated, give or take, Disney Plus team up, where it's going to be like Moon Knight, Daredevil, maybe not the Dark Knight.
Would they have like
Knight, whatever the fuck?
Whatever Jon Snow was.
Yeah. Jon Snow MCU.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of talk of they're gonna like where they're also building to these young Avengers. They're building to this like
because isn't Blade mixed in with them too?
Mm-hmm. Correct. And
I could see that. That'd be pretty cool. Like a Defenders-esque show or even just like a movie or something like that.
And did you see Daredevil confirmed for a new season on Disney Plus?
Oh really? Oh shit! See, that's one show I never watched Daredevil. I watched the first.
Really?
I watched the first 3 episodes, and then I was like, I don't really like it, and I never got back into it. But I see it everywhere, and I want to watch it. I just maybe I'll start watching that.
I gotta say, if you start it, let me know. I'll do a rewatch with you.
Okay.
I'll make it my like daytime like background thing. You know.
I think that's what I'm gonna do is put that on like during work or something.
Because I've never rewatched it, but I really liked it.
We
watched it like 3 times.
I watched a couple episodes of that, and then like in those like Netflix series, I think the only one I watched a full season of was Luke Cage.
Oh my god, that's the worst one. That's worse than Iron Fist.
It wasn't. It was worse than Iron Fist.
I don't like Iron Fist. Like Iron Fist is bad, but like Luke Cage. I don't know. Maybe I don't relate to it. I don't want to go down a rabbit hole. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, but like I don't know. I didn't. Luke Cage as a character I don't like because he's very much like villainy. Like he's like he's kind of like a bully, and that's what like I've never liked that because the whole point of superheroes is
they're not bullies. Yeah.
They're not bullies. So that's what I did. I don't know. And so it's kind of cool because it's a different take on a character, or it's a different character to watch. But, I mean, I just never liked watching it. I love the idea of him being teamed up with other people because you round out, right? Like, you don't get just the bully. You get, like, okay, he's a protector. He's a family man. Like, you get all aspects of that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I digress. I forget. Oh, the whole reason I got into this was I just wanted to say, I know we're about to be cut off real quick, but I think Doctor Strange made WandaVision better.
Oh, yeah.
I probably would have put WandaVision last on my list, and now it's second. But yeah, no, so like my whole thing was like, so WandaVision. I thought WandaVision was a great show.
Oh yeah, a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. I remember they like the trailers and everything. I'm like, what the fuck is this gonna be about? Like I was like, but it blew me away. I mean, that show was amazing.
I thought it was really. WandaVision was a little tainted for me for two reasons. A, I fell into the Mephisto trap. 100%.
A lot of people did, yeah.
Mephisto! Let's go, Mephisto! No.
I mean, there were all the clues. Like Agatha kept on saying, like, you know, oh, the devil's in my husband's the devil, or oh, the details, the devil's in the details and stuff like that. And I feel like that was like Feige and all the producers, like, like trying to bait everybody.
I really like. I'll always shout out random things that I like to watch, and this I'll say the YouTuber that's Ryan George. He does the pitch meetings, and I don't know if you've ever watched them. But basically, the whole shtick is that he's pitching the show or movie.
Oh yeah, I've seen. I don't think I've seen like they get suggested all the time. I don't think I've ever watched one, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So, like, for WandaVision, the whole thing was he was like, so we're going to introduce this character named Agnes, and she's just the friendly neighbor. And the, like, executive guy has his phone out. He's like, is it this Agatha person? And they're like, no, wink, wink. So, like, so to go to that, like, I thought that was really clever or funny on that YouTuber's part because, like, yeah, like, I'll Google things I don't know to an extent, and I was like, oh, so this is gonna be a witch. That's cool. But it was like, I thought there was gonna be another twist being like Mephisto or something.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. The other thing that griped me when it happened was I am a sore loser, and when goddamn Quicksilver was Ralph Boner.
Yeah, I know. Oh my god, I completely I forgot about that. But yeah, that was because I remember. I think you had convinced me to watch the show or something because I was kind of like up in the air about watching it because I was like, I don't know, it doesn't. Because I remember texting about it with you or something, and you're like, just wait till episode 4, episode 5, like. And I remember seeing that episode and I was like, holy shit! It was like they're bringing in Quicksilver, like, and I got Kayla to watch it after that. I was like, you need to watch this.
I mean, it was the multiverse, right? Like, we had the start of the multiverse, right?
Yeah, this was because it was before No Way Home, so yeah.
And all that, you get the rug pulled out from under you, right? And I'm like, whatever. Okay, but all that aside, the real reason I mean, that was all in the moment stuff that really bothered me. Like, looking back, I don't hold that against it at all. It's one of those, like, it's better. Like, I understand it. I'm not here theorizing Mephisto, right? Like, it's a better show without all that. But the thing that I didn't genuinely did not like that much at the time was it felt too much like Wanda was just okay at the end. Like, yeah, like I was very much like she just held a town hostage and lost everything.
Yeah,
like, she should not just be like,
oh, I'm fine now.
I'm gonna put my hoodie up and walk away from this. Like, and then the credit scene is a good credit scene where, God, I do this thing where I talk too much and then I don't breathe and. But the credit scene's really good because it's okay. So she's using the Darkhold. How far into that is she gonna go?
Yeah.
But I don't think it really, and whether that's on purpose or not, I don't think it really makes you think she's gonna be back. And this is all me being convoluted, just to say that I think Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of the Madness makes WandaVision better because you realize that she's not okay at the end of WandaVision, and she just spirals off.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
Yeah.
And I had a friend who he saw this movie and he was like, I don't think I can do the MCU anymore. I was like, what? That's from this movie?
Yeah.
And his thing was that great friend, like, love him to death. But like his thing was that he didn't like that WandaVision went bad. I was like, that's what I loved.
Yeah, that was the whole point.
So well.
Because I mean, she's introduced to the MCU as a villain, and then switches sides, and then goes back to being a villain, which was, I don't know, I thought that was pretty cool.
Agreed, and that's what I think they did it really well. I think they did a story that I never would have saw in a million years, which is her obsessing over her children that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It was awesome, and she's a great villain.
Yeah,
absolutely phenomenal film.
One thing I loved about the movie, number one, they brought back Sam Raimi to do a Marvel movie. I mean, it was amazing because, I mean, obviously he did the Spider-Man movie, like the OG Spider-Man movies, those were amazing and weird at the same time. But that was also kind of the studio. The later movies was the studio pressuring him to do the movie. But he brought in horror elements to an MCU movie, which we haven't really seen other than New Mutants. But like that was I didn't see it, but I've heard it was shitty.
It's if you want a good if you want a game where you have a couple beers on and you're like, let's watch this movie. It's just like Van Stick.
Oh my god.
I would say New Mutants is a hair better
than Fan Stick.
Like just right there.
Yeah, I gotta watch that. But yeah, like I was so like because there were some parts where I was like, holy shit, like that's kind of scary. Like when she like snaps Professor X's neck, like I jumped when that happened in the theaters. I was like, holy shit. So I was like, that was cool that they brought that back. I was really glad that Sam Raimi brought in Danny Elfman to do the music. He's the guy that did all the Spider-Man music. He did he's the singing voice of Jack Skellington in Nightmare Before Christmas. Danny Elfman. So I like him. He's really good. There was one more thing I was gonna say. And they brought Bruce Campbell back as a cameo. The pizza ball
Papa.
guy, Pizza Papa. Yeah. Did you? Oh, go good.
I was gonna say maybe one of the best end credit scenes is him just looking at them and looking at
It's
us,
over.
Like,
Yeah.
It's over. Like
that. You know what that reminded me of was the Captain America one at the end of Homecoming. Yeah, like was it really worth the wait?
Yeah, right up there with that. That was so good. I'd even say not better than, but right up with even the Deadpool one. Where
Yeah.
You're still here? Go the Ferris Bueller.
Yeah.
Like, so good. Such a good end credit scene.
Did you know that in the Spider-Man 4, like the Sam Raimi Spider-Man 4, that they were like in the process of making before it got canceled, that he was supposed to be brought out as Mysterio? Like his cameos all throughout the 3 movies were just him being Quentin Beck. I was like, when I heard that, I was like, oh shit, that would be awesome. Like, because he was in all 3 movies as he was the wrestling announcer, the waiter, and the doorman at Mary Jane's play. The usher. Yeah.
Yep. And that's what I was convinced if Multiverse of Madness was gonna be the cameo central we thought it was gonna be, I thought, including like more Spider-Man cameos, I thought he was gonna be Mysterio.
That would have been awesome.
But now, so we're jumping the gun here a little bit, but I think this movie is doing so well, and with the Russo brothers walking away from their next Avengers movies.
Oh, they are.
They walked away.
Oh shit! I didn't see that.
They walked away when the whole Scarlet Joe thing happened, and they never came back officially. Like, I'm sure they're on good terms now because all that shit got sorted out.
Yeah.
But they walked away from their contract, and dude, I would be remiss if they don't do this, but give Sam Raimi an Avengers.
Oh my god, that would be awesome. Like, right? He did that. This movie was amazing. I would love to see what he does with everyone. Like,
so that's what I'm saying. If Secret Wars is next and you gave it to Sam Raimi, I would be shocked if Bruce Campbell doesn't come in as Mysterio.
That would be awesome. That's what I was gonna say. So the whatchamacallit, the Doctor Strange that was in the Incursion, like the one that had the third eye, the one that was in the I had a feeling, and I'm glad they didn't do it. I thought it was gonna be the Strange from What If, like the evil Doctor Strange,
right?
Because it wasn't him that was using it, but Doctor Strange was using those like whatever dragon or like lizard arms, because he used them in the movie, and I was like, oh shit, is that like, could that possibly be like the magic he used in What If? Like, one thing I was thinking of was the third eye. I heard like that he has at the end of the movie, like like the 616 Strange. That the third eye could be used to detect Skrulls when Secret Invasion comes out.
Ooh.
Because
that would be cool.
because I don't know if that's what happened in the comics, but one of the videos I was watching, they're like, oh, like the third eye could be used to detect, people who are disguised, or scrolls that are disguised.
So I'm super excited to see what happens with Strange, and this being a huge reason why, because in the comics, that eye, his third eye, is the eye of Agamotto.
Oh,
Agamotto.
yeah,
So,
the thing,
the
necklace.
the time stone. Right?
Yeah.
So going back in time, pun not intended.
Aha.
But going back in time, when we saw Doctor Strange for the first time, and they were like, "Oh, the Eye of Agamotto, yeah, it's an Infinity Stone," blah blah blah. I'm like, "Oh, that's a fun twist." So then you fast forward to today, and you see that third eye on Strange's forehead. I'm like, "Well, what the fuck are they doing now?"
Yeah.
So I think it's really, I thought it was a cool, let's call it a consequence of using the Darkhold. I thought it was clever. But I'm just interested to see what it does, because it's already established different from the comics. So I love when that happens.
Oh yeah. The one thing that was weird though was because the movie ended with him which was also kind of a terrifying scream. Like when he realized he had the third eye, like I was like, oh shit, like that's kind of
like a dire.
Yeah, like and but then like the end credit scene is just him walking down the street, and then Charlize Theron comes out of nowhere, and he's like, all right, let's do this. Like. And it was just kind of okay. I guess some time has passed since he had gained the third eye.
He's literally one block away, and he's just used to the eye.
Yeah, he's like, all right, pop on out. Let's find some shit.
That credit scene, dude, that's the second time a credit scene went right over my head.
Yo, yeah, I was like, what the fuck is this?
I didn't recognize who the actress was. Who I know who she is now. Like,
yeah.
I've looked into it, but like in the moment, had no idea who she was. I still don't really know who the character is. I mean, I've seen enough that she's like his new love interest.
Yeah, yeah, and she's she's the sorcerer supreme of whatever the dark dimension, because she's Dormammu's niece, I think is.
Oh, I didn't know that.
She's either Dormammu's niece or Dormammu's daughter, some sort of relation to Dormammu, but
perfect. Strange can't like the in-laws.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That credit scene, I thought was a fun little credit scene. Like you said, It doesn't make sense with the last, but it was a fun little scene. Just went over my head, and it's funny because I'm like, God damn it, am I just getting old now? Because the other credit scene that went over my head when we saw Eternals in theaters.
Oh, the Harry Styles one.
Dude, I didn't recognize him at all. There were girls in my theater, like I don't know if they're a teenager or a young adult or whatever you want to call it, but like they did the
yeah.
I looked back, I was like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Like, I was excited because Patton Oswalt voiced the elf dude next to him.
Yo, yeah. Like, oh, Patton Oswalt.
The dude.
Yeah, they're all sitting there too, like, it's Patton Oswalt.
But yeah, that went over my head, and I'm like, holy shit, these are not looking good for me.
I feel like that whole Eternals movie just went over my head too. Like, it was a good movie. Like, I liked how they made the Eternals ginormous. Like, they didn't skimp on like their size. Like, they made them bigger than planets. But like, I just don't. I guess I just didn't know too much about the Eternals and all that. Like the Celestials and stuff like that, so that kind of just like went right over my head.
I don't know anything about the Eternals really either. I know it's a Jack Kirby thing, which is cool. Like, it's always fun going into his little hodgepodge and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But my big thing, the Eternals movie, my thing with the Eternals movie is I thought it was a good movie. I enjoyed it. But if I'm looking at the 24 plus movies of Marvel movies,
it's not one that was.
Will I go? I'm watching Eternals.
Yeah. Well, and like what I heard would have been so much better was someone suggested they should have made it a series, and each episode focused on one member of the Eternals, and then at the end they all came together to stop whatever the Tiamat or whatever the hell the thing's name was. But like that would have made it so much better, because then they would have gone into they would have had more time to go into their backstories of, like, they've been like how what's Kumail Nanjiani became a Bollywood dancer, like that kind or not Bollywood dancer, but like a Bollywood actor. Like they kind of just went, oh, they've been on the earth for 2,000 years, and now he's a famous I don't know. I feel like it would have been cool if they went into their backgrounds more, but
yeah,
because
I agree.
There was a lot of things that were just confusing in that movie.
Yeah. It was. I don't know. It lacked things. It was fine in other
But
things.
visually, it was cool. Like at the end when like that arm sticking out of the ocean and half of the Celestial's head. Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna like.
It's a new like.
Yeah, I don't know if they're just gonna like. It's in the middle of an ocean somewhere. Like obviously we're gonna have to see it at some point. So I don't know if they're just gonna cut it out or.
You're just gonna see it like I was gonna say Iron Man, but nope, not Iron Man. Someone's gonna just fly by and slice it in half and throw it in in space. It's the opposite. Okay, so going back to Strange.
Oh yeah.
I liked that. I know we got into this talking about. I don't remember what his name is. We'll call him Incursion Strange. He's called it. I like that.
Yeah.
He was in the last one. I like that he wasn't What If, and I think I've seen a couple of things that I really agreed and liked. Is that Captain Carter isn't What If Carter either, right?
No,
she's
yeah.
a completely different Carter. And I like the idea that none of these characters are the What If characters because it's its own thing, right?
Yeah.
Like they could mix. They are multiverse MCU. It could co-mingle or whatever. But like I liked that we've recognized these characters before, but that doesn't make it the same character because
there's
Evil Strange from What If kind of gets redeemed at the end. Like
yeah,
he might still be evil, but like he's kind of better.
He helps out, yeah.
Right. So anyway, I like that because I mean Incursion Strange was dark and
yeah.
He was super. Did you like the music fight? I love the music.
That was at first I was like, is that the music going along with it, or is it actually happening in the movie? And I was like, oh shit, that's actually happening that's pretty cool. And I was like, I didn't because I thought it was just they were putting sound effects on with each hit, and then I was like, oh shit, that's actually they're pulling music notes and using them as weapons.
I forget what interview it was, but Waldron, one of the writers on the movie, he was interviewed by someone, and I remember the reasoning behind that fight being the way it was they had essentially gotten to the point of, okay, we have seen magic fights where magic is fighting magic, how can we make this magic fight unique? And I was like, that is a fun way that they did.
Oh, yeah, they didn't just do the Harry Potter red versus green,
Again
just yeah. Just
we liked it the first time, Harry Potter. You didn't need to do it 4 times.
Yeah. Oh. But yeah, that was really cool. I actually completely forgot about that. That's what was I gonna say?
Zombie Strange.
Oh, that was pretty cool. Yeah, that was also like a what if nod sort of. I feel like this whole movie definitely had a lot of what if nods.
It just wasn't actually.
It just wasn't from it. Yeah.
I loved it. Yeah, even going to the Incursion is straight up the black goo from
the yep. That's what I was gonna say. Good. Yep. Good.
No, I was just gonna add one other what if cameo is the Ultron bots are voiced by the actor from.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Ross Marquand or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Some guy. No, the thing where they find in the beginning and where they go to in the middle of the movie that broken reality where the book of whatever the Vishnu whatever the hell it was called the book of good Vishanti there we go or something like that Shanti that place there's a theory that's where Uatu is in What If that's the space between realities.
The colors totally match that.
Yeah, the one channel I watched that breaks down everything. They're there's a theory that this is where Uatu stays. The space between realities where he can oversee it, but he I was like, that kind of makes sense.
again,
I don't know if it's the
cameo, I
same
was
one.
shocked.
Yeah. Huh?
That's. I was just gonna say another cameo. I was shocked we didn't get like
was a-
Multiverse of Madness, and you don't get Uatu.
I know that would have been perfect. I hope if they
That would've
do
been
bring
great.
him, if they do bring him in, I hope they bring the same voice actor
Has to be
because he's
I-
perfect.
He's so good.
Yeah.
He's so good. I mean, he's got that like he's monotone when he needs to be, but then like you hear the like actual emotion that Uatu isn't used to having, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just assume that he'll be CGI, like completely.
Oh yeah.
MCU, and then you just have a voice actor. Yeah, no, I like that there. I think that makes sense. Again, I think the big thing there is the color scheme. Like it's that purpley,
Yeah, that like
reflective colors
Mhm.
that was in that area, and that would be really cool. I'd like that.
it'd be cool if they like I feel like I don't know where they would bring him in. Probably in like a Secret Wars situation, but yeah. It
That's what if they do Secret Wars, he'll be in.
Yeah.
For sure. Not even a question. Not even. Yeah.
Isn't Secret Wars where the symbiotes first introduced too?
So that's what the original Secret Wars is.
Okay.
80s, I think. That's what so Secret Wars, the original is Battleworld's first appearance, and that was this dude who was like Uatu power level picked people up and was like, "You're gonna fight each other here in a Coliseum," and that's how Spider-Man gets the symbiote. Whereas 2015 Secret Wars was when the multiverse.
Oh, so this is like recently, like okay.
Like it's.
I'm thinking it's the '70s one or the '80s one, right? Yeah.
No, that's what we were reading this and we Marvel nerds reading this book was like, this is
they're doing something, yeah.
This is gonna be a script.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's what like 2 years before Infinity War, so I mean that's like
right.
Well, that's 7 years ago, so that's not very far removed from the MCU at all.
Yeah, exactly. It was prime, and that's what when Jane Foster Thor comics were coming out, and when Captain Marvel first started, and when when Falcon became Captain America, all those comics, people were like, they're doing this so that they can diverse and all that stuff on the big screen. Like this is clearly for the movie. And then they made Secret Wars, and everyone's like, no,
yeah. Yeah, I have definitely more than likely that the next Avengers movie would be a Secret Wars situation. I don't know how closely they'll follow to the comic, but you never know.
And that's what I don't. I mean, dude, I don't care. Do whatever works. The big thing is you mentioned it earlier. Secret Wars is everyone's in it, but when it comes down to it, it's Mr. Fantastic versus Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
And I don't know who the hero is going to be, but I definitely think Kang is going to be replacing Doctor Doom as the main villain.
I would, because he's going to be in. I mean, obviously he was in Loki, but isn't he the main villain, or at least one of the villains in Ant-Man, the new Ant-Man movie coming out? Which,
yeah. I
wasn't excited for Ant-Man and the Wasp, but since they're bringing in Kang for Ant-Man 3, I am pumped. Kang is such a cool villain. I really had no idea who he was until I started watching the Loki stuff and the background on because people were theorizing that He Who Remains was going to be the head of the TVA once it was revealed that the TVA was just a bunch of robots, or they're not the TVA, the head, the timekeepers. But yeah, that because I feel like Kang's such a cool villain because he deals in the multiverse, and there's just millions of Kangs. Because in the comics there's the Council of Kangs and stuff like that. That would be awesome.
Yeah, and that's I don't know, dude. There's so much cool potential with him, and I think it just works. It's a shame because of course I would have loved a big Doctor Doom, Mr. Fantastic brawl, but in the long run, that would be 15 years down the line.
Yeah.
I forget the numbers, but I just heard in a podcast. It was we're already we're 3 years out or whatever of Endgame, and we have half the content already that they had. They're doubling their production.
Oh yeah.
Disney Plus.
I mean, they're just throwing series out now, and we're getting what, like maybe 2-3 movies a year, but also 2-3 series a year as well. So
Right. So I don't think it's gonna be that long. Like, they gotta finish Phase 4 next year, I guess, and then we'll talk about Phase 5 like when it happens. But I wouldn't be surprised if I don't know if I threw out a number. I would say 2025 would be my guess.
I could see that, yeah, because there's Black Panther 2 still to come out, which I don't know.
I don't know. That movie. I mean, I hope it's good. I really do. The fact that we know nothing about it.
Yeah.
It's coming out in like 6
and
months.
And you don't even know, like, I mean, obviously, it's not going to be Chadwick Boseman because he passed, and they said they're not going to CGI him and stuff. So, I guess I feel like that was like a, like an oh fuck moment. Like, shit, like what the hell are we going to do now? Like, because I mean, you don't want to give him the Paul Walker / whatever the guy from Star Wars treatment. Remember the guy from Rogue One, the
old skinny dude.
Yeah. You don't want to give him that treatment because he was just too good of a character to CGI him.
Yeah, it does him injustice to do that. I honestly look. I loved Chadwick Boseman.
He was the perfect Black Panther. I mean, he was the perfect.
I mean, he was a great actor in general.
Yeah.
42 is phenomenal.
Yeah.
But I was shocked they didn't just recast it, and I don't know. That maybe it's sinful to say, and like I don't think anyone could have really done as good as him.
Yeah.
But I think Black Panther is such a pivotal character to just. I don't see how they do this.
I feel like they're gonna either make it like Shuri, like make her like the next Black Panther, or M'Baku, the other leader,
who I want it to be.
Which would be awesome because I love that actor.
Love M'Baku.
Yeah,
he's great.
He's perfect.
And the actor just himself is like goofy funny and
yeah.
And stuff. Like,
he was in the Jordan Peele movie, the other one after Get Out, the one with they're like in red jumpsuits and stuff.
Yeah.
He's the husband.
Oh, okay. I've only seen Us once. Note looks super cool.
Oh yeah, that looks really good.
Oh, that's great.
There was a meme I saw. I can't find it now. I forget if I took a screenshot or if I liked it. But the in Spider-Man 2 when Tobey Maguire hurts his back and he's like, my back, and he's walking away. There's a meme I saw of that, and it's Doctor Strange's like face over Tobey Maguire, and it's like Doctor Strange going through Phase 4. It's like my back, because he's like holding up. He's been carrying the whole series or the whole phase.
It's so, dude. It's so funny with Doctor Strange. Like, I think it was pushed back. I think it was moved up. Like, it had such a weird release window. And COVID obviously affects everything.
Yeah.
But it was. I think they didn't even know for a while. Like, they knew they were doing the multiverse, and I just don't know if the cameos they were trying to do more, and then like Sam Raimi stepped in and they were like, yeah, let's do less, make it a better movie, which was great. I agree. I don't know, but it's great. It's a great movie on its own, and it sets up a lot of potential with Secret Wars, especially like straight up recognizing incursions. And yeah, I just, it's funny. Phase 4 just doesn't feel like it's ever gonna end, and that's probably the worst part about it. Like it's been a good phase. It's not like phenomenal. Like, there are great movies like Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of fluff in it, and I think that just makes it feel like it's not gonna end. And essentially, we gotta get to Guardians 3, man. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is gonna be a strong finish, and then we'll find out what's in store for Phase 5, I guess. Do we learn Phase 5 next year before the end? I guess. I guess we have to, right?
Yeah, I think so. Well, what was the start of Phase 4? I'm like so lost on. Was Infinity War the start of Phase 4, or was Far From Home was the end of Phase 3, right?
Correct. So it was like the epilogue, basically.
So it would be.
Phase 4 would have been
WandaVision was the start.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's all the Disney Plus series that have come out. Far From Home or No Way Home. What other is that? The only well, No Way Home and Strange
So
too. The
regular
only
movies, we have Eternals.
oh
We have
Eternals.
Black
Yep.
Widow.
Oh shit! I completely forgot about Black Widow.
Well, that's another one that like Black Widow. I rate as a really really good MCU movie. But I mean, why would I rewatch that?
Yeah. I mean, she's not obviously not going to be in,
Right.
the future MCU movies. They just kind of did that as like a we know the fans have wanted a Black Widow movie. Let's make. I mean, it was a good movie, but
And it was. It just. I mean, it's. Yeah. I'll definitely rewatch that over Eternals.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
But it's just one of those like, okay, like I know Black Widow. I don't need a Black Widow movie.
Yeah.
But I'm glad we got it because I do like Yolanda. I think she's a
That was a
really
good.
fun character.
And I feel like they're gonna because they brought her in Hawkeye, right? She was in
Great,
the
yes,
and
it was
yeah.
great.
So I feel like they're gonna bring her into more stuff too. Like maybe if they do like because they're doing the Echo series with the girl, the deaf girl from Hawkeye.
I know. I didn't like Echo. Like
You really?
at all. Like I didn't like her character, man.
Yeah,
I
it
don't know,
was-
She was like.
I don't know how they're gonna do a whole series about it, but yeah.
Right. I don't know. And I'm always open to it. I'm always gonna watch them and give them a chance. I just
Yeah.
didn't, I don't know. Her character just didn't do it for me in that show.
I feel you.
I don't even have a nice
I-
follow up.
Yeah. The coolest thing though was, I mean, I know I didn't really watch it, but seeing that they brought back Wilson Fisk, like the Vincent D'Onofrio Wilson Fisk, I was like, oh, okay, so they
But Hawkeye was a great show.
yeah.
It really was.
Now did that
I thought it was.
came out before No Way Home, right? Okay.
It actually like coincided.
Okay.
The Wilson Fisk reveal was like I want to say 2 weeks before the release of No Way Home.
Okay. So that yeah,
Before
okay.
the finale.
Oh shit! I forgot that Daredevil was in No Way Home. I forgot like Matt Murdock, or not Daredevil, but Matt Murdock, showed up. Yeah. That was a cool like little oh shit like a little elbow nudge in the theater like eh.
No Way Home's such a great movie.
Yeah. I gotta rewatch it.
Oh, I've rewatched it twice.
I saw it when we saw it together right before Christmas, and then I saw it with Kayla. I think a couple days later. I was like, we have to go see No Way Home. I was like, you haven't seen it yet. We're gonna go see it.
Excuse to go see it. Let's go.
Yep.
Do we want to say anything else? I guess is this to wrap it up kind of a thing?
Yeah. I think that was we dipped our toes a little bit in everything for.
I know it was. I think this was a great first episode because just like you said, it was everything. Like
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think it kind of represents Doctor Strange. It kind of reaches all aspects. I think your meme is perfect. He is you right now.
Yep.
Like
I'll put if I can find it, I'll put it up during in post.
I don't even know. Like it was a great movie, and I think it's
Yeah.
standalone. I guess my final question is: would you say it's better, worse, similar, than Doctor Strange, the first movie?
I think it's better. I would think
Okay.
it's better than the first one. I mean, I did really like the first one. I mean, I had no idea about Doctor Strange before going into the first movie, and I was, I really liked it after seeing it. I was like, okay, this, character. I didn't know how they were going to tie him into the rest of the MCU. I mean, obviously they did a good job, but yeah, I think it was better, if not a little bit, not equal, but a little bit better than the first one.
Right.
But I really enjoyed it.
I think it's just slightly below the first one.
Really?
I
Oh.
think I think I will rewatch Multiverse of Madness more. Like I think I liked it more, but
Yeah.
I think as far as a movie goes, I think it's hard to beat Dormammu. I've come to bargain. Like
That's true. Yeah, that is a cool. That is.
It's such a good movie with a great ending.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I loved it. I think Multiverse of Madness is a great follow-up. I don't know. I always throw out 10 numbers randomly. I would say like Doctor Strange 1's probably an 8, and this one I'd say is a 7.5.
Yeah, that's a fair score.
Yeah, this is I think that's about all I got. Just great.
Yeah.
Okay. Doctor Strange is great. More Krasinski as Reed Richards, sure. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
Secret Wars. Bring it on, Sam Raimi.
Bring it on. Let's get Sam Raimi in there. Let's bring Danny Elfman back to do the music. Maybe have a couple different. It would be cool if they had like a couple different cameos from a couple different. Actually, no, that wouldn't make sense because they're all. Because the incursion is just, there's not like multiple of the same characters, right? It's just like.
Oh, dude, there's an army of Thors.
Oh, okay. Never mind. That would be awesome if they
like,
brought
just,
if they brought like the Krasinski, Reed Richards, the OG one, the Miles Teller Fan Four Stick one, like.
Dude, I'd be shocked if Secret Wars doesn't bring back Toby, Andrew, and Tom again.
That would be perfect. Yeah.
And
that would be a good.
That's greedy. But...
Yeah. Then that would be a good tie-in for like a superior Iron Man, Tom Cruise.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Yeah.
But that would be Secret Wars is definitely gonna happen. Definitely gonna happen. I have a feeling.
So I guess if I may tease. So Stars and Marvels.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing all things Star Wars and Marvel. This was supposed to not be our first. We were supposed to be one. Both of us not knowing the first episode got delayed
to Friday. Doesn't make any sense.
Real quick, dude, I am panicking that there's something wrong with Obi-Wan Kenobi.
The only thing I can think of is maybe they're trying to compete with Stranger Things because Stranger Things debuts tomorrow. So maybe they're trying to maybe that was like Disney Plus, like fuck you Netflix. Yeah. Because I mean, other than tomorrow, all the rest of the episodes are going to be streaming on Wednesdays.
Right, and like, why are we getting 2 episodes tomorrow?
Oh, we're getting 2 tomorrow. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh shit.
We're getting 2.
I think that's Disney. I think that's Disney giving the fuck you to Netflix. Like we're the big boys in town now. So, because Stranger Things season 4 debuts tomorrow.
Oh, I had no idea. Man, I'm really behind on that. I'll watch that eventually. I like it, but it's not. I don't.
It's not. Yeah. The first season was good. There ones for.
And then I watched it because everyone else watched it.
Exactly.
Although I never watched Game of Thrones, so.
Really? Oh.
Yep, still haven't. Yeah. I mean, look, I'm just gonna say it right now. The only thing Obi-Wan Kenobi needs to be good is just give me as much Ewan McGregor Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like,
yes.
Look.
No wasting episodes on Uncle Owen or the Inquisitors or something like that. Yeah.
No, just give me Obi-Wan every episode, and I'll be happy. And that's all I need. I don't need flashbacks. I don't need lightsaber battles. Just
Obi-Wan.
Ewan McGregor.
Well, that'll be our next episode, which probably next week we'll sit down and recount the last 2 episodes.
Sounds good.
But we're running out of time on the old Zoom. I'm a cheap bastard. I'm not going to pay for a premium membership.
Fuck that. They pay us.
Oh yeah, eventually.
All right. Well, thanks, Brendan, for organizing this.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll catch up, and I'll probably text you tomorrow after I watch the Kenobi episodes.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure gonna go. I probably won't watch it later, but I will. Text me.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm probably gonna watch it after work, but. We'll ran into a little bit of technical difficulties there with the 40-minute Zoom time limit, but that'll do it for this week's episode of Stars and Marvels. I hope everybody out there enjoyed it. Next week, me and Zach will be back with a recap of the first 2 episodes of Obi-Wan Kenobi. So we'll catch you on the next one.